Hi, welcome to the Fight Age channel. Joyce puts Alexander Usyk on defeat by knockout in a fight with Anthony Joshua. The second number of the WBO heavyweight rating, Joyce, shared his opinion about the upcoming fight with Carlos Takam. Promoter Eddie Hearn spoke about the organization of the fight between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. The manager noted that the parties had to finalize some points of the contract. Former world heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs believed that the WBC title holder Tyson Fury withdrew from the third fight against Deontay Wilder precisely because of the virus, but no longer considers him the favorite in the confrontation with the American puncher. British ex-world champion Carlos Takam believed that the transfer of the trilogy between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, due to the virus detected in the Gypsy King, will harm his compatriot more than the American puncher. Alexander Usyk, general director of the K2 Ukrainian promotion company, gave an interview for YouTube channel. In an interview with the author of the channel, Alexander told about the negotiations about the fight between the company's fighter, Ukrainian heavyweight Alexander Usyk, and Anthony Joshua. Usyk told why the signing of the contract is delayed and called the approximate terms of closing the transaction. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to the channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I am trying very hard and I need your support, your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Promoter Eddie Hearn spoke about the organization of the fight between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. The manager noted that the parties had to finalize some points of the contract. You have to be careful what you say. I just did a live broadcast on Instagram and said that the fight could take place on September 25 at the Tottenham Stadium, and boom, this is the preferred date. We have a call to finalize all the existing points of the contract, which are minimal, and move forward, Hearn said. We were supposed to have a fight with Pulev at Tottenham Stadium before the pandemic, so we always wanted to put on a show there. I hope that sooner or later we will be able to move on to the official announcement. It was expected that this summer Joshua would fight with Tyson Fury for the title of absolute world champion, but the latter was forced to give a rematch to Deontay Wilder after his victory in February last year. In December last year, Joshua successfully defended his titles, knocking out the IBF challenger Kubrat Pulev. For Usyk, the fight with Joshua will be the third in the heavyweight division after victories over American Chas Witherspoon and Briton Derek Chisora. Former world heavyweight champion Tony Bellew believed that Deontay Wilder can send the WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury to the canvas in their third fight if he studies the opponent properly. Going into the fight with Fury, Wilder should look at what worked for him in the rounds when he dropped Tyson. He needs to see how to prepare these attacks. You need to go back, study and do your homework. Tyson Fury was repeatedly dropped by opponents with a less powerful blow than Wilder. There is a way to consider how this was done. You just need to take the time and study it. Fury feels like the most formidable heavyweight in the world. By the way, I think he is an amazing fighter. I think he is the best heavyweight in the world right now. Given his victories, it is impossible to argue with this, but it can be hit and dropped. All you have to do is set the right traps at the right time. You need to pin him to the ropes, Tony Bellew said in an interview. Former world heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs believed that the WBC title holder Tyson Fury withdrew from the first fight against Deontay Wilder. precisely because of the virus, but no longer consider him the favorite in the confrontation with the American puncher. It must be the virus, because I heard that Fury was ready to fight. Then I heard rumors about sparring, but I was not present there. This is boxing, you can feel everything. I heard about heavy sparring, and then about virus. If it was a hard sparring match, then Fury didn't feel confident. Perhaps now it will turn the game around for Wilder. I was leaning towards Fury, but now I'm really back in the middle. Wilder actually wants to work with Malik Scott. It seems to be more accurate, but again, it looks good on paper. You will never see the real form on the video, Shannon Briggs said. British ex-world champion Carl Froch believed that the transfer of the trilogy between the WBC heavyweight title holder Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, due to the virus detected in the Gypsy King, will harm his compatriot more than the American puncher. I was very disappointed with the postponement, because I was waiting for this fight. Even thought it seemed that this would be a one-sided fight for Fury. However, you can never write off an opponent when he is such a formidable puncher as Wilder. This transfer will definitely hurt Fury more. They spend the same amount of time out of the ring, but Wilder is still hungry. He has something to prove. Many people completely ridiculed him and dismissed him. Deontay was haunted for a long time on social networks. I think Wilder will be on fire preparing for this fight, while Fury came to their first fight in bad shape, but still drew it. In the rematch, he completely defeated Wilder. It was a one-sided beating, so Fury could think, do I really need this? Tyson knows that Wilder can knock him out, so he trains hard, but I think the delay worries Fury more than Wilder, Carl Froch said. Heavyweight contender Joyce as a mandatory contender for the championship belt without 5 minutes, commented on the impending confrontation between Usyk and Joshua. I see Usyk is a dangerous opponent for him, but Anthony still has to beat him by knockout. This is a heavyweight, anything can happen. But I can say one thing for sure. Usyk is really a serious contender. He is the winner of the Olympics, respectively, with a very good school. Plus, he is also left-handed, so he will definitely arrange a difficult fight for Joshua, due to his skills to constantly circle the ring and spar bluffs. But my prediction is that sooner or later Joshua will get it. Recall that on July 24, Joyce will enter the ring with Carlos Takam. If he wins, he will receive the status of a mandatory contender for the WBO title. The second number of the WBO heavyweight rating, Joyce, shared his opinion about the upcoming fight with Carlos Takam. I want to beat Carlos by knockout. I have such a plan for the fight, says Joyce confidently, who finished 11 of 12 fights ahead of schedule. It is important for me to box with good fighters. I chose Takam as my opponent for a reason. It seems to me that such a matchup will arouse the interest of the audience. Plus, this way I don't stand idle without fighting, but I am preparing for my chance. Takam is an experienced boxer. He has already had fights with both Joshua and Chisora, who was supposed to meet me, but apparently didn't want to. The fight will be cool. Maybe you will see both, but it depends on what the plan for the fight will be for Carlos. Although I think I already know what he has prepared. In general, what I will get, then you will see. I think that for me it will be a real test and hard fight, and stylistically we're well suited to each other. So don't miss it, Joyce said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel.